Hello everybody, welcome to Late Night Frights. I'm Chris Brock, member, and today the film that I selected for our slasher theme was 1981's The Burning. And I really enjoy this film, and I'm going to do a little bold statement here. And just say I like this film better than the original Friday the 13th. I might get a little hate on that, but I really do. I think this film just has better atmosphere and it feels more like a camp. Like you actually feel more like it's a camp than what it does in Friday the 13th. That's just my personal opinion, but it starts off at Camp Blackfoot. These group of campers, they're teenagers, and they're plotting this scheme to just get back at Cropsey for all the stuff that he's done to them, because he picks on them, and he's kind of abusive to. I think they said that he attacked one of their friends, so they just want to get him back. They're going to scare him, and so they take the skull, and it has all these worms and maggots on it, and they go to his cabin, they put it on his table, and they light the eyes on fire, and they go and they knock on his window, or beat on his window, I should say, and he wakes up, and he sees it, and he jumps, because he's scared. He hits it onto his bed, and his bed starts to catch on fire, and ironically, there's a gas jug right beside of his bed. The fire reaches the gas jug, and engulfs Cropsey into flames, so he comes out of the cabin screaming, he's on fire. He falls and rolls down a hill into the lake, and then it cuts to 1 week later. He's in the hospital, and this guy who's been working there for 10 years, he's building up Cropsey to be just this awful and disgusting looking burned guy. And the new guy's like, hesitant to go in there and all that stuff. And it's real funny because he's just scared. And the guy's like, come on, take a look. And, the guy who's been working there for 10 years telling the new guy to come take a look. Cropsey grabs his hand, and you can just see how burned he is. His skin, it just looked awful. Not awful. I mean, it looked gruesome, and I really like that. I think the effects were done pretty good for 1981. And then it just cuts from that scene. Cropsey grabs his hand, and it just shows the guy just scream, and then it just cuts from there, and it goes to 5 years later to Camp Stonewater, and excuse me, I forgot something. Cropsey kills a hooker, and that kill just kind of felt thrown in there because she really had no point in the plot. But he kills her with a pair of scissors, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty good kill. I don't know though. It's probably the weakest kill in the movie though, but it wasn't a bad kill though, in my opinion. It cuts to no, actually that is 5 years later. It shows him kill the hooker. It cuts to Camp Stonewater. It shows all the teenagers and stuff like that. The body count, I should say. And Cropsey comes to Camp Stonewater, and I'm gonna stop right there, but I'm gonna explain why he comes to Camp Stonewater. And the reason he does is because Camp Blackfoot is, I think they said it was across, it was across the lake from Camp Stonewater, but nobody goes there anymore. But he goes to Camp Stonewater to kill the campers, because obviously campers are the ones who burned him, who made him, disfigured, burned and all that stuff. So he wants revenge. And, it really don't make sense that he goes to Camp Stonewater, a completely different camp. But at the end, it kind of makes sense. You're like, oh, okay, I understand why, he come to this specific camp. So, it makes complete sense at the end. My only complaint about this movie is that at the end, it kind of got a little bit boring. Or not really boring, it just got a little bit slow. And some of the footage from earlier was put in the end. So the end was kind of sloppy in a way. And, I really didn't like that. But until that point, I really liked this film. And I still really like the film. But I just think the ending is done a little bit sloppy. Some parts of the end is done a little bit sloppy. I like the ending, but leading up to the ending is kind of, they use previous clips from the film, and it just makes you wonder, did they not have time to finish it, or like did the actors, did they not have the actors? Did they send the actors home and the actors wasn't there to do the ending, or I don't know. The ending was done pretty sloppy. But the kills are pretty good in my opinion. The first kill, was obviously the hooker got the scissors. She got scissors. I think she got the scissors to like the chest or the stomach, and that was a pretty gruesome kill. The second kill was Cropsey has these shears, and that's his signature weapon that he uses, and he slices. I'm not gonna tell you who. He slices a camper right in the neck, and she, just bleeds out, which I thought was a pretty good kill. It was a pretty average kill, but it wasn't bad. It's like Friday the 13th. They did some neck slips in there. The second kill though was actually a sequence of kills. It was more than one. It was 5 kills, and it was the infamous the raft boat massacre scene. And Cropsey just goes crazy, man. He kills 5 people right in a row, and they don't stand a chance. I thought that was really awesome kills in my opinion. I really enjoyed. That was my favorite kills in the film. And then the next kill was an off-screen kill, and then he kills one of the people I could not stand. He takes the shears and stabs right in the throat and lifts him up, and the guy's just like, So if you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. That person really deserved to die. He was a douchebag. But the kills were done good. The atmosphere was great. It really felt like a camp, like an actual really legit camp. The origin of Cropsey was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I think it was more cooler than just Pamela Voorhees losing her son. I think this is the more cooler, backstory of a killer. I really enjoyed the film. I think it's better than Friday the 13th. Not by a whole lot, but I enjoyed it a little bit more. What else to say? I think Cropsey's a pretty good killer. At the end, they reveal Cropsey, and he looks pretty awesome. It was worth the wait, and I love how they didn't show him. They showed him at the end, but they just showed him from POV shot, point of view shot, until the end. So it really just built up to like, what does this guy look like? And when you finally see him, it don't disappoint. He looks pretty disgusting. But I would recommend this film. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's pretty much my review on The Burning. Pretty good film. I enjoyed it a little bit better than the original Friday the 13th, like I said. If you love just campy 80s slasher films, definitely check this one out. So check out the Jay Sloan, All Random Things, Horror Boy 101, and Monster Mash 339's previous videos. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Peace.